Hi Aquarius, this is a mini poll for your week ahead. Seemingly kind of mundane warning so far this morning. I was going live and everything was working just fine until I guess now it's not, so we'll do it this way, it's fine. I hope you're doing alright, Aquarius. I'm getting kind of a little nervous feeling here about you driving around somewhere or having to drive somewhere by yourself and the GPS being wrong or something. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Or you get the wrong direction. Someone gives you the wrong directions. You should still go. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Where in the last reading, it was Capricorn needed to kind of cancel some sort of a girl's trip, a ghoul's trip, more of a ghoul's trip. In this case, it's something where it's not like flying across the world or anything. You're driving somewhere. Maybe the driver cancels, or a designated driver, something like that. Anyway, it's up to you to drive. Someone's going to give you the wrong address, or your GPS on your phone, Google Maps, Google Earth, I don't know what y'all use, but it's going to be wrong, or it's not. You have to go a different way. There's a detour. The detour takes you down a wrong turn. It's kind of what I'm getting. There's these signs in New Mexico. It's so funny. For when it floods, there's flash floods all the time, and they just say, turn around, don't drown. You know, it's funny. It's straight up. It's your intuition, the part of you that is still wild here in this scenario. So I'm guessing this is a work situation. Maybe you travel for work. Maybe you don't travel for work. Maybe you're not used to normally being the one to travel or be in the driver's seat. You'd rather, like, be driven and look pretty. That's kind of what I'm getting. And, hey, no shade. No shame in that game either. But for this one trip, it might even be just like, oh, I don't like driving to... Where? It's so low stakes, you guys. This is like going to the grocery store, or going to get your nails done, or going to get your hair done, or to the doctor, a checkup. It's a very day-to-day mundane warning here. So what I'm getting is that you should, even if it's somewhere that you've been before, yeah, P and Manta. So you're going to have a plan A, plan B, like write it out on a piece of paper. I do this sometimes for trips, and it saves my butt every once in a while. Like, you get a big Sharpie and a piece of printer paper, and you look at the map, the way you're going to go, and you kind of write it out. So maybe you will lose your coverage. Am I getting there? No, it's not that. Yeah, it's like a detour thing where you're going to be going round and round. Or it's a situation where, like, driving in Chicago, where you could go crazy trying to figure out which streets are the one-way streets and the ones that have a million cars parked, you know, with flashing lights on, and you can't get past. It's something where it's going to be a lot more complicated than you think it is to just follow the sat-nav or the Google Maps than it is to kind of old school pen and paper. Okay, this is the way you go. I have an atlas. I see that there's an alternate route here. But it could be that you need to check your... So, a couple things. If it's like a day trip, get the gas the day before. If that's not applicable, you can also get one of those apps that shows you where the gas stations are coming up. It's something like that. It's a separate app from what you use to find gas stations, and it's also really paying attention to something that has changed in the way you'll be able to get there, and it'll get you turned around. And it's not just the wasting the time here, because I'm getting avoid, like an alley, getting backed into a corner, and I'm seeing a sign that says like for deliveries, turn here, or deliveries only. I don't know, it could be that you're a performer, I'm like a drag queen or something, and normally you get driven and dropped off. But this time you've got to drive yourself, you know, or you normally take metro or something, and you got to drive yourself. So have a plan A, plan B, and plan C with how to drive there so that you have nothing to worry about, okay? This is not to freak you out or anything, but I just see that a serious problem is happening in an alley that you don't want to turn down, that you can completely avoid altogether if you really have your defenses up here with pre-planning this trip. Even if it's just to the grocery store or something and you don't normally drive, just take a quick moment to make sure that the maps or the app is accounting for traffic jams or a natural disaster. Let's say like that sign that came up, you know, turn around, don't drown, like you see here. It could be that there was a flash flood or something and that road was taken out or that bridge was taken out and there's not going to be a safe way to turn back and you're stuck. If you're in the city and you're not in the mountains or something, it's that there's something very dangerous down an alley. It's either like you accidentally run into some people that just like to hurt and rob people, or you're not the kind of person that they accept and you're targeted for that. If it is the case where you're kind of already driving somehow and you're hearing this, do not get out of your car. Do not take any chances. No gambles with your safety. No gambles with getting there on time even. But it's not about getting there on time. It's about getting there in one piece. And not going around in circles and then getting frustrated and lost. Okay, so if it is just you have to go to the store, just double check that there's not an accident. Something like that. Or traffic. And if it is a trip, write it down. Step by step. And then write down how to get back going the other way so that you have that packed away. If something happens where you get there just fine, but on the way back it's a detour, or something happens that you didn't expect, and it just catches you off guard here. I think you're in a very creative time. So, I'm not... I mean, should you just get another driver? No, this is something you can do yourself as long as you protect yourself. And don't just go with the flow of traffic or just, I'll just follow the signs. I'll just follow the whatever. No. Think ahead, plan ahead, use your head. You got this. See you for the next one, okay? Bye-bye.